So, hey, beautifuls, welcome to Divinely Inspired Conversations with Enya, Jared, and myself, Travis, where we bring you inspired content around various topics that can help sustain you or give you what you need, and just to bring some deeper insights and understanding into various topics. So, today we are talking about working with God, the Creator, whatever you believe in, and what it feels like, what it's like to create or co-create a life with God. All right, so today I'm with Jared, and I want to introduce you to him. So hey, Jared.
Hi, Travis. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be back. I miss doing this and being in this space so very much, and I cannot wait for today's topic to discuss, Travis. Thank you so much for creating this space and inviting me to come and discuss my thoughts and opinions on this.
All right, well, we're so happy to be here, Jared. So yeah, and it's our space that we both, you wanted to do this topic pretty badly. It's something we just have such a passion towards. So by the end of this podcast, we love our audience to be able to feel like they can begin to co-create their lives with God, or some aspect of their lives with God. We kind of want, or this is at least my intention. You can share yours, like where the audience begins to feel a deeper insight and connection with whatever they choose to call God. All right, so Jared, I want to ask you, like, what's your intention, and yeah, to begin sharing anything that you feel inspired to share around this topic.
All right. Well, I want to start off by saying that, I mean, we might use certain terms like creator and God, but the very last thing we, either Travis or I, want to do is alienate anyone or make them feel like this topic doesn't apply to them. People have a different name for the divinely guided spark that created life. People call it by all sorts of different names. People think that the source that generates, everything that lives around us, they treat it with different levels of reverence. So this is not to alienate anybody if we might use certain terms. This is just the terms that we use because that's what we align with. But what we're discussing today can apply to everyone. What we're going to do is share a little bit about our experiences with how we observe our reverence with Creator and talk a little bit about the importance of it and how we do it. And, so my intentions for this is specifically to, share a little bit about my experience with it, why it's so important to me, and talk about how I do it. Um, and really, really, really like this is for the people who, in my opinion, they struggle a little bit with coming to terms how things happen, why things happen, and they feel so alone in their life. And it's just to remind them that you're not. Every step of your life, you're walking with Creator, you're walking with God. You're there with him, and once you really tap into that energy and you start to communicate and work with alongside him, you will start to realize how, no matter the situation, I'm not trying to downplay anybody's situation, but how blessed and the kind of miracles that you can co-create in your life. So that's my intention for this job, is to just not to, I'm not gonna say to wake anybody up, but to just remind everybody that they aren't alone. You're never really alone.
Yeah, I love that so much, Jared, and that's actually my main intention as well. Because the three of us, we come here and we may have different niches or tribes who may resonate with our content. But the thing is that, like, I just feel such a deep resonance with this topic because it's all about this connection we have with this God or universe or whatever you believe that to be, this thing that made us, created us, that we come from. And how I feel is that to me, this transcends like all like niches and identities and different aspects. So how I feel is that I know it could be triggering for one tribe to hear that God is referred to as a certain way, or a certain deity or God or whatever it is. I know it could be super triggering, and it brings up a lot of conflict. And I just with this the intention is to kind of transcend that if you are here and ready for it, or you're just open-minded to hearing our experiences and our deeper insights. But how I feel is that this is a deeper connection we were able to develop or experience, and we just want to share this deeper love behind it, and it's what it's done for us and how it's transformed our lives, and we really want to kind of help it to imbibe the same for you so that you feel more supported, more loved, more connected because um, regardless of what every human being is on a challenge this earth and going through several challenges, and I personally find, and I'm sure Jared will agree as well, and he'll begin to share his experiences and stuff, that having a greater presence of God in anyone's life, I actually want to when it's my turn, I want to share like how this has helped me as well. So I'll take you guys back to Jared.
All right, so Travis, like, where you want to start? Like, guide me. Like, what do you wanna begin with?
Anywhere to be honest, but let's see. So far I have like okay, well for me, I the first thing we covered is like what is God? When did you begin co-creating your life with God? And
Right.
what is this like? What is this process like? Or a kind of a breakdown on what it's like to do this. That's essentially the three things I have um, written out.
Okay. So the first thing, I'll give my definition of what is God, and it is, to me, God is the divine being that created everything we know as life. And, like, there's so much life out there, and there's so many planets, stars, you know, celestial elements that are out there that we have no concept of what is going on, their purpose, what are they here for, how do they interact with us, and it's not our job to, because at the end of the day we are here to live our experience and they are there to live theirs. And God, who is to me, the creator of everything, it is his role and his responsibility to, just basically create more and oversee. Like, he's not there to necessarily be an intervention measure, but he's more there just to guide, to counsel, to oversee. And I'm not saying that he's not working if you don't call him into your life, but I will say that when you do start to work in harmony with him, that things, you'll start to see changes, drastic changes, even if it's just in the way you look at situations and approach them. So God, in one short thesis, to me, is the creator of everything that is here just to enhance and to supervise, basically, as we live this experience. And he could be the greatest help once we realize how we want to co-create space and co-create life with him and work with him. When did I realize that when did I begin? It's hard to say, to be quite honest, because my family raised me Catholic ever since I was a baby. My parents, both were Catholic growing up. They met in church. I was at one point in time, very active in the church. Um, so it's difficult to say. There was a point in time when I did, start to lose my way and I started to go down darker paths. In terms of my belief and my faith, and if what was I doing this for really? um but when I started doing that, I realized that life, how to put this, it just wasn't. Travis,
Yeah, sorry, it got
was it still recording while I was talking?
basically no.
Okay. So everything's back online now. What was the
Yes.
last thing you heard me say?
The Catholic growing up.
Yeah, so I was raised Catholic, and so everything in my life was cared towards that. So I grew up in the church, um, but there was some point in my life where I sort of lost my way. I kind of was like going through the motions of life, and I stopped enjoying it. It started to become more routine and less about, enjoying and living life for what it was meant to be. And I started to go down some really dark alleys in my brain of like, what was I here for? What like thinking very selfishly, not really enjoying the experience, in my opinion. Um, and then yeah, that's when I really like started to question everything, started to question, my existence, started to question, what was I here to do? Or why am I here? Those sorts of things. And it's so funny that, I feel like in going through that, it deepened my appreciation for him because I was in that such a dark space, it really made me examine all avenues of my life. And this was probably about a little over 10 years ago. And then when I started having those conversations with him, and started working with him and believing that I am here for a greater purpose. It may not be something I could understand in the moment, but I am working towards something, and I just need to make it there. What making it is, who knows? That I'm gonna leave that up to each individual viewer, or listener. But the most important thing is, no matter what you're going through in life, every situation you're going through is temporary. Whether it be the good or the bad, it's temporary. So what comes next is up to you. Now, that might be a bit ominous. I know it sounds a bit ominous, but it doesn't have to be. It could be something great, but you need to put the right steps into place so that you can create that next positive event. But you need to make it there. So how do you do that? And that's to answer your third question now about, you know, what are my recommendations for like how to co-create that space. And it's like, let's just say you are in a rut in terms of um you work so hard, you're trying to make ends meet, and you are thinking to yourself, life has to be more than this, working a dead end hard job that isn't paying me enough, I'm undervalued, I have to encounter traffic in terms of going to work every day, and by the time I reach home, I'm just so tired, I can't do anything to enjoy it. My weekend flies by and it's a work week again. I get so sad on Sunday. And you might be thinking to yourself, like, what is life really about? What is this all about? Um, and my question to my answer to that would be that, like, it's all about working towards something. And you might not be able to see it because you're in the circumstance and in the picture right now. But I guarantee it, if you start to take those moments, those quiet moments that you get for yourself, and you really, really, really just, allow yourself to just be in that moment and just listen. What am I thinking? Where are my thoughts going to? And not be ashamed or dismissive. Like sometimes you're going to dark places, and that's normal. But allow yourself to follow the thought, because eventually you would start to hear that little voice telling you things like, I'm here for you. I'm with you. You are not alone, but you need to let me in. You need to talk to me. You need to be there asking me the questions. And you might think, okay, what are the questions? What are the what am I supposed to do? I can't hear a voice, but it doesn't, I mean, it takes different forms. For me it was a voice, but it's not necessarily always going to be a voice. It's just that little niggling, that that friend who checked up on you, who you haven't spoken to in a long time. The neighbor might come over. Somebody might reach out to you, and it's just that's God acting through people and acting in a way that He knows that you would hear Him. And it's such a strange thing, because you might think to yourself, okay, but what if I ignore the call, or what if I don't realize that it's Him? And my answer to that is that He will continue to reach out to you, but you need to, open up your eyes and be willing to accept the call in. And if it is that you need to make that drastic change, then don't be afraid to take a risk on you and yourself. Don't be afraid to take that leap. And I don't want to diminish anybody's experiences. I know for some people they may be more tricky than that, but that was my experience. I took that risk, I answered the call, and then so many more avenues was opened up in my life. And it was a scary thing. It's a scary jump. And like, I mean, it'll only come when you're ready to make it. So I'm not even gonna say that if you don't think you're ready, it'll only come when you're ready. God would not ever push you into something that you're not ready for. But yeah, answer the call, and don't be afraid to continue talking to Him, because He is there with us. He's walking alongside us. He's guiding us through. He's giving us the tools. But we just need to believe. We need to believe in that His plan. We need to believe in that He's there with us, and that He will never abandon us. He'll never leave us for dead. He is there. No matter how hopeless the situation seems, like, I mean, I'm a big movie fan. Like, in those movies, doesn't it always get very, very hopeless and depressing before things get better? Because sometimes that's just how life is. Things will get worse, but then things get better. So just don't be afraid. Be fearless. Just believe that He's there with you. That you're not going to. He's not going to let you fail, and that every single thing that happened along the way was to bring you to this point, to teach you a lesson, to prepare you for the fight. And go strong, go with God. Um, it's a lot easier said than done. I know. I know I'm sounding like, one of those people who trying to sell it. It sounds like that, but it's true. I guarantee you it's true. But yeah, Travis, what are your thoughts on that? Do you have any disagreements? Do you agree? Let me know.
Well, my thoughts are that I'm so here for everything you just said, and I know everything you said and every experience you've had. It really held you through your experiences, and it made you who you are
Yeah.
today. And I'm so happy that you've experienced them as challenging as they were, because it allowed us to meet, and we've had so many great experiences, and even the topic is co-creating your life with God. We've co-created our lives with God and with each other, and we found ways for God to flow through us and through each other, and it led to so much more.
Yeah. I mean, Travis, if you're okay with it, I don't mind sharing like how we met and all that too, if you're okay with it.
Anything you feel inspired to share?
Yeah, so I mean, like, for the listeners, the Travis and I met because we both did a course in something called theta healing, right? Which is basically a form of energy healing that calls in God to assist in healing trauma or anything that could be going wrong with a person. So I mean, if you feel so inclined, you could reach out to Travis. He is an excellent theta healer, and he's more than willing to assist with any problems. But uh,
Handsomely too.
yeah, but but
Yeah.
but what happened when we met, it was so funny because I didn't even know what theta was. So I was really into crystals at this point in time. I was always fascinated about nature and rocks and all. Ever since I was very small, I used to collect rocks. And then I got into crystals, and then I just started to look for crystal sellers around nearby where I lived. And there was this lady who sold really, really nice crystals. And I just got into a conversation with her and didn't think anything of it. And she told me, "Yeah, I meet with clients, I do theta healing." And then um, I was like, "Okay, that's nice." And then I didn't really take it on. And then sometime later on, like in life, I call her, I reached out to her, I was like, "Hey, you remember you told me that we have if ever I felt like I needed some healing, that I could reach out." So I called her, and then I said that I was leaving my job, taking a big risk moving, um, and to go back to school. And I I told her, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready for that meeting now. So I booked my session with her. We had a lovely talk, and I told her, I might not be, you mightn't think I'm ready to start learning, but I would love if you can teach me how to do this for other people. And she said, well, funny enough, um, in a couple of weeks' time, it's exactly that I'm going to be doing. I have a class going on. Feel free to sign up. And it just happened. And that's what I'm saying. Like, once you take that risk and you feel ready, things would start moving. And once you believe, and that was creator talking to me. That was that voice that said, whenever you feel ready, give that call. And in that, I mean, I was leaving, once again, I was leaving my job. I was going to go to school. This was to do that course. It was a pretty hefty course in expenses, to be quite, truth be told. But I did have it available, the money to pay for it. And I said, you know what? Let me take a risk on myself. And in that, I learned so much that will serve me for the rest of my life. I met fantastic people who I'm still good friends with today, one of them being Travis, one of them being Enya. I learned values about just understanding myself, having conversations with God, understanding my own feelings and thoughts, energy. Like it just opened so many doors in my life at a time when I was so like downtrodden and wondering what is life really. And that's what it is. Like, and that's why in the name of our channel is Divinely Inspired Conversations, because we believe that everything is divinely inspired and that things only happen through working with God. And that's how Travis and I met. That's how we became friends in that class. Had I not gone through these steps and God listened to God's work through me, I would have never have taken that risk and met good friends, been like doing this good work. And one might say, well, who knows? Maybe you would have been in X position, maybe been Y position, but that's not my journey. It's not for me. This is for me. This life is for me. My friends are for me. And I'm happy. I'm really, really, really happy in this life. I have a good job now. I'm in a good place. You know, I'm working towards every time. I'm always working towards bettering my life, my communities, and my tribe's life, and it's only through working with God and listening when He tells me, Jared, do this. That's when I know that it's right. This is the right time. This is divine timing.
Yeah. I love that so much, and I hope I didn't
Oh no, I
interrupt you
was done.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, okay, I love that so much, and I love that you're really proud to display that because it can be present in everything, in every lifestyle, in every area of life, and it doesn't matter your profession or who you are or any way you identify as or whatever it is. It's possible to allow this deeper presence of God into your life. Um, I really felt that. So when Jared and I we were doing what we do is we simply hold space for each other ever so often, right, to allow in our sessions to allow God to work with us and to help us shift areas of challenges and struggles and stuff like that. And when Jared, in our most recent one, when Jared said that he wants this topic, Jared was already inspired to do this week's topic as working with the creator, right? I immediately got this feeling, this intuitive hit that what I really feel that needs to come out is this kind of deeper understanding of what God is from how to put, but like a deeper perspective, and I really feel called to like bring this out in terms of to kind of really make it universal. So I know we have based on whatever experience all our experiences that we may refer to God as he or she or whatever it is, right? It's for everyone. So we're not here to change anybody's beliefs, convert anybody into any new paradigm of belief or anything like that. We simply want to actually expand the definition of what God is. Because from what I feel it to be, it really is just a connection with for me it's love, this deeper love that made us. So I personally believe, and to me this really transcends all of my identities because when I identify as queer or introverted or whatever it is, right? I above that I identify as this being who was made from love, and I was birthed by this energy or frequency of love, and I have no idea like how that came into being and where this being came from and anything like that. All I know and all I feel and all I want to know and all I want to feel is more of this energy and more of this connection and more of this connectedness with this being that I came from. And I just feel this resonance and this calling towards this, being, this energy. It's a feeling, and whenever I somehow come home to this energy and I learn to allow more of this, so to me working with God means allowing more of this energy, this feelings into my life, allowing myself to surrender to this higher, I don't know what to put, but like a greater being or something that's so much more than me. So I feel myself, my consciousness expanding. I feel my capacity to open up and receive more insight and intuition open up. Most importantly, and what I really feel like inspired to share is that for me, working with God is simply opening up my heart to receive this yeah, to really receive God, to receive more love, receive more connection, and to really be filled up with love. And somehow when I'm filled up with love, like what we do at the start of every podcast, we do this and make sure that we're able to overflow into love in our podcast is that, yeah, this overflow of love happens and we're able to serve in the greatest capacity. So that's what it generally feels like for me to connect and work with God. And I do this because I want powerful, positive changes in my life. I want to make great shifts. I want to become more loving. I want to become the best version of me. I want to just be it. And this all stemmed from um, just being really severely like depressed all my life, and just general challenges where I just wanted to be happy and I just wanted to be loved. And I really think at the bottom of my heart that every human being on this entire planet wants nothing more than to be happy and to feel loved and to feel appreciated and these things. So this is my inspiration for sharing this. So I just kind of want to take a little moment to just invite everyone, all of you who are listening, if you are open to feeling a bit deeper into this, because just because I want this experience to be a really personal one for you, I want you to actually feel into what it feels like to open up your heart and really go beyond this. What happens is that we tend to have so much resistance to working with God and the divine because there's this, we've been taught to be closed off to more love, right? And God is just essentially love. So we were taught that the world is very cold and it's very harsh, and love in this world, in this cold, harsh world, doesn't exist. So most of this world, we were easily taught to believe that God doesn't exist, right? And God is just love. So if you are open now and available. I just want to do this short sensation where I just want you to close your eyes for a moment and begin to feel into what this energy feels like, right? And just take a nice deep breath and begin to feel into this energy. What does it feel like for me to open up to more love? That's simply it. And I just want you to take a deep breath and begin to really feel this now. What does it feel like for me to open up to receive more love and to be open and available that more love is available for me and it's possible for me and it's ready and it was always here and it's always here. It always was here as well. Even in through our past challenges, the stuff we struggle with most immensely, the most difficult of challenges. This love was always available, right? It always was. We were just very closed off to receiving it. I know that's really difficult to hear, and the love still was still there. It always was, it always is, and it always will be. And I just wanted to feel into that for a moment. Um, and I know that we've also believed that God could be a specific gender. So I just want to share this because when I felt into God and the most clearest experiences of God I've had, honestly, God felt like a divine feminine being, to be 100% honest. So this is just my own personal experience. So whatever that feeling is for you, you're welcome to have that because it's your own personal experience and connection with you. And if you are, but to me, it doesn't matter because God will love us inevitably, no matter our own perceptions of it. And, so I just feel like God is this extremely consistent energy of love that it just exists for the sake of love. And every being, I believe, collectively, this entire universe is somehow meant to find its way back to love. So that's kind of what I wanted to share. So I hope that resonated and it made sense.
Yeah, I think I really, really, really appreciated that. I really enjoyed that. So, I mean,
So much.
I I love that your expression of that God is love. I love that because I feel like, people tend to get the wrong idea from Christianity about what God is. And I remember attending a meeting once, you were there, Travis, and the person who was leading it said that growing up, they were always taught about fearing God. And I think that there's an expression, I'm a God-fearing person, and that, we were told that if we misbehave, that he would be punished by God, and that he would do this and that, and if you just who you are, or continue to be this way, then God is going to punish you. And I just want to completely disassociate punishment with God. He is not here to punish anybody. He is not here to make anybody feel lesser than because they choose to be who they want to be. That is not what he is about. He is about love. He is about you loving yourself and accepting yourself. He is about you working through whatever it is you are working through with him and being there with him. And I cannot stress more how much it frustrates me that people try to put fear and God in the same sentence. Like it just doesn't go. It doesn't work. Like he's not here to make anybody afraid. He's not here to punish anyone. He is here to help you live your best life. And that is why I truly and truly believe that he works with all of us. He's here to help us through our struggle, no matter what you identify as. Many people in Christian religion will want to tell you that we cannot accept anybody who doesn't fit a specific criteria, and that's absolutely not true. The word Catholic means universal. It means that we love everyone, we accept everyone, we accept, like, we are all flawed, we are all sinners. We have no right to judge and put anybody down for any reason. We have all been placed here to experience what is life. And what is life means different things for different people. And he is not here to punish anybody who isn't hurting anyone else. In fact, he's not here to punish anybody, period. But he's definitely not going to look down on anybody for who is not hurting anybody else, who is just experiencing their life in the best way possible. So yeah, I really resonate with that, Travis. I really resonate with the fact that God is love, and what is love is the purest feeling of just acceptance, of just you have a right to be here, you have a place at the table, and yeah, and I really, really, really do resonate with everything you said, Travis. Thank you for that.
Well, thanks so much. And just one more thing before if you before you take us at the before in case you want to share anything else or you want to take us through your guided meditation, that I believe there's no right and wrong. I don't believe everyone is sinners. I personally believe there's no right and wrong. That everything is just energy, and even the darkest of beings and you know with everything that's wrong in this world, even that I believe everyone is on their own journey to kind of come back home and find and remember that they are loved. And it might seem, like not true, but I really believe this, and I do believe that it takes a lot. It takes longer for some than others. Not everyone is ready for this. That's why there's so much. This world goes through so much. But I believe this is why we're all here on this planet to remember this. And we're all only responsible for ourselves, but I really believe we're here to remember this love and which is God, and that's really it.
I mean, I guess that's like, I mean, it's definitely, I see your point.
Mhm.
But I guess when I say that we are all sinners, I'm not casting judgment on anybody. I'm not saying that um necessarily that they deserve punishment by any means or means, shape, or form. But I think when I say that we are all sinners, it means that we, and I know that you just explained that, there is no right or wrong that exists. I mean, I mightn't hold that same exact view, but I do see what you mean. But for me, when I say that, it just means that we are susceptible to things like, the temptation to um, do things that are unfavorable in the eyes of society. And because we are susceptible to doing that, we may even, in some moments of weakness, succumb to that, behave unfavorably. That, in my eyes, it just means that we all have a proclivity to be flawed.
Mm.
And because we have that proclivity in us, it just makes us human. It makes us human to make mistakes. It makes us human to, you know, not always act in the most upright, moral, as much as we may try to be. Most of us may try to be. We are all flawed. We all make mistakes. So we, in that way, I would consider us all to be sinners, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. But I know you want to put your disclaimer out there because you don't necessarily associate or resonate with that, but that's just how I feel.
Yeah, I like both points.
Yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly happy with that then.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so yeah, so okay, Travis. So if you wanna just walk us
Mhm.
through, just to summarize, how do you, in your opinion, co-create your space with God? I'm just interested.
Mhm.
Be Imagine that there's somebody out there who, they want to make their way back to him. They want the creator. They want to make their way back to creator. And they want to really start working with creator again, with God again, to improve their life, improve the way they see things. How do you think, or how do you think that is the best, most loving way to honor that?
Oh, thanks so much for this question, Jared. So this message is for anyone who you are uh you that you're somewhat closed off to the idea of God or more love, all right? Um, this message is to simply let you know that uh, so much more love is here and it's available and it's ready for you to receive it now and be it's ready to meet you and it's ready to be available to you for you and it's ready to guide you and work with you. It's ready to find you and help you to remember this energy and it's just ready for you. It always has been. This energy could feel alien, like it could feel like not part of you, but this energy is you. And I know it kind of seems abstract, but I just want to hold a space for you and help you to remember that this energy always wants to find you and it always wants to love you at every given point of your day, every single given moment, and simply what all it takes. And I know it could be very challenging, and that's completely okay when it simply takes an opening up and a receptivity to your heart being open and I just want you to open your heart right now and just receive this, receive these intentions to just simply open up your heart and receive this love that it's here for you and it just wants to find you and help you to remember that you are this energy and you are love and you're made from this and you are this and I just want you to receive this now and 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 breathe it in and just remember this and allow this energy to support you now, especially in areas where you feel very lonely and desolate. This is where this actual experience, it's your lesson, right? Right? To it's your challenge. It's like your lesson to embody more of this energy more frequently in your life. So you're going through all of this right now so that you eventually learn to embody more love. All right, so I just want you to give me a yes if you would like this, to just either say yes out loud or say yes in the comments or just with your heart. That's how I do it every time. I believe that every modality or everything ever invented to connect with God is meant to be through the heart. All right, and it simply requires an opening up of the heart and the courage to do so, to open up and to receive this love, because it can just be so heartbreaking to not receive that love, that we close off so much again the next time. So it requires this consistent love and courage. So I just wanted to let you know that with that persistent courage, that love will always find you because it always wants to. So that's my message.
And I love that so much. And yes, I accept it, accept this as my yes to that, to open my heart to love.
Mm.
All right. So, Travis, if you are ready, I'll be more than happy to lead us in a short meditation.
Yeah, I'm so ready.
Yeah. Okay, great, great, great. So, everyone, as with all meditations, people meditate in different ways. People might even be listening to this in different ways. So, I don't want to pressure you into doing anything specifically like closing your eyes. But what I would say is just try to center yourself in your heart, you know reach into your heart. We're going to be coming from a strong place of love. That, I think that was the main message of this session today, of this episode today. So just center yourself in your heart. Imagine, all of your senses kind of like going to your heart space, whatever that may be. It's a beautiful space. It means different things for different people. You can decorate it however you want to decorate it. Just, center yourself in your heart and just hone in on that. Hone in on how it feels. It should be a place of relaxation, of comfort, a place that, you can be free to be who you are, whatever you want it to be. It's not something that is follows the rules and the bounds of society. This is a place for you and you alone, and whoever you choose to bring into this space. So if you're listening to this, I want to believe that you want to bring creator into this space. So if you do, and if you said yes to Travis's request of accepting more love, then bring creator, invite him in, and we invite the spirit of love. That's what creator is. That's what we are choosing to believe and represent them as, create that feeling of love. So just bring love into this space. Unconditional love. Unconditional love for who you are, unconditional love for your situation. And this is a non judgmental space. So we're not bringing any guilt, any regret, any, you know, feelings of inadequacies. This is a space where we just accept, where we just love. We accept who we are. We accept that our life and our circumstances are what they are, and we are just living with it and accepting it. It doesn't mean that you are going to be maintaining this forever. It just means that wherever you are right now, you are okay with it. You are accepting of it. You are forgiving of it. So just bring in that feeling, that expression of love, and take a deep breath. And when we take that deep breath, I just want you to imagine nice clean energy entering your body, and it's going to dispel any feelings of inadequacies, all the negative junk that we want to get rid of. Just bring in that deep breath in. Just imagine that nice, clean, loving energy displacing all the negativity, and breathe out the negativity now. One more time. Just take a nice, deep, clean breath in, clean, loving energy. Breathe out the negativity. Now let's have a conversation with that loving energy we just invited in our space. Let's have a conversation. Let's tell that energy that we are understanding, and accepting of the circumstances being what they are. And we want to always continuously work to make things better for ourselves, our loved ones, and that is okay. It is okay for us to accept who we are and always try to better ourselves. That is a human experience. Whatever you consider to be better, I'm going to leave that up to you. But let's let's just bring in that positive energy. This is a space where miracles can happen once you believe that they are achievable. And don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do better and create better. Feel that peace in your heart space. Creator of all that is, we ask to invite more love into our space, that we may be able to work with you in everything that we do to make things better for ourselves. Whatever situations we may be going through, we understand that that is how it is now, and it is that way so that we can get to the next stage, whatever that may be. We accept ourselves, we love ourselves, we we love our tribe, our communities, we accept others who do what they are doing, living their life, being who they are, accepting what they are, and we just want to coexist in peace and harmony with creation. Please, we ask for peace. We ask for the betterment of circumstances, and we ask and we invite the loving energy to work with us to enhance our ability to visualize, to listen, to understand, to adapt, to take risk, to move on, to move forward. And we understand that it's only in that loving, understanding space that we can generate the energy that we need to do to take that next step forward. So we ask for that loving energy, we ask for the optimism, and we ask for the power to do so in whatever form or shape that may be. Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. Your heart space might be aglow with light, with energy, and we accept that. Use that glow, that love, to spread all around you. Thank Creator. Talk to Him. Ask Him. Do little check-ins with Him or who or they. Whatever you consider Creator or that spark of divinity to be, have conversations. Allow it to be your way of checking in to make sure that you are on track. It's a non-judgmental space. It's not going to judge you if it's not moving at a pace that society tells you that you're not moving at. It's just you checking in with that love. And yeah, I think the main thing is just however you need to live with yourself. Allow yourself that grace, allow yourself that compassion. We we are so quick to accept the flaws of others And yet, still, we are so slow and so hard on accepting our own. I'm not saying don't work on it if you believe you have any. I'm not saying don't work on it. I'm just saying give yourself some grace, give yourself some compassion. Allow yourself to accept who you are. Doesn't mean that you're not gonna better the situation. It just means that you are going to love yourself. And that's where the loving energy comes from. And that's where the love energy is going. So with that, I um as we always say, we like to, just thank creator and come out of that space and rejoin society, rejoin this your body, rejoin earth. If you had your eyes closed, feel free to open them up. If you didn't, feel free to engage again. And thank you for giving yourself that opportunity to meditate and just allow yourself that moment to just be who you are. All right, Travis, checking in. How are you? How are you feeling?
Hey Jared, I loved that the specific part so much. I can't tell you how much I loved it, and I already know I'm gonna listen to this a few times. I love it so much.
Yeah, I felt it too. Like I really did resonate with what you said that creator is loving energy. So when you said it, it clicked something in me. So that's how I knew that's what I wanted to really harness today.
And wow, it's so powerful. It's still sinking in. Um, yeah, I hope you guys. I wonder if you guys can feel this as well. Please let us know. But it was so special.
Yeah. So Um, all right, Travis. Well, if that's that, then I just want to thank the listeners so much for giving us the opportunity to join them today. And, please feel free to leave any comments. If you want to reach out to us, feel free to do so as well. And yeah, thanks so much, guys, for everything.
Yes, guys, thanks so much for joining, and I hope you felt the resonance and you felt the sustenance from this, and I hope it helped you in some way, and you're able to feel now that love or God or whatever this is it's meant for you, and it's meant to be in your life, and it's meant to guide you and everything. So thank you so much for joining, and and we'll catch you guys next time.
Thank you, everybody. Speak soon.